There are tons of stories out there about hacked Pokemon games. Some of them are really quite neat, such as one about a version where you get a ghost as a starter. Some are ridiculous, silly stories about individuals dying after playing a game or a game talk to them. God, don't these writers know less is more when it comes to these stories? Well, I disagree. I grew interested in these hacked games that are apparently in an thrill store on eBay or handed out by homeless people to random passerby. I didn't have the pleasure of meeting these creepy people. I merely found these particular cartridges in a trash bin when my garbage truck had backed into my neighbor's dumpster. I noticed the game and asked the trash man if I could take it, and he didn't seem to mind. It was thrown away after all. I of course checked with my neighbor to confirm if we actually didn't want it. Through thought they seemed perplexed, as if they did never seen their life. Their son made a grab for it, a little boy who saw a Charizard on the cover, crying out, "Pokemon, I want mommy!" But his mother told him no, seeing as I found it. He didn't even have a Game Boy anyway, he just liked Pokemon. Thinking not anymore, I simply went home looking at the cartridge sticker on the way, just plain old red version with a sticker torn slightly across Charizard's neck. But that was expected with such an old game. I had Blue version as a kid, so I was a bit eager to see the albeit minimal differences the Red version had. I was rather disappointed by what I saw when the title screen showed up. Pokemon strangled the Red version. Well, damn it. It was a hack. Hacks were neat and all, but they had zero monetary value origins, quite valuable by now, and I wanted to play Red anyway. Not this crap, oh well, it was free, might as well try it. The name was out, however, Strangle Red. That made no sense, not even in a morbid description of someone being asphyxiated as people turn blue when choking, not red. Who knows, maybe there was a pair of these hacks and I just got red one. The more I thought about it, the more interested I became. My initial disappointment turned into curiosity. I wanted to know what the creator had made, and I was going to note everything I saw. The first certainty I noticed was the start screen had a Charizard next to the trainer instead of Charmander. Also, a Pokemon never cycled through like the original versions did. It just stayed Charizard, even after 5 minutes of waiting. Swinging, I hit start, noticing there was no Charizard cry as I did, like there was supposed to be. I saw a continue option, so I figured I'd whatever did with used game and see what the previous owner had done. No, I blinked in surprise. No? What do you mean, no? The game won't let me continue no matter what through on the fourth attempt. I heard Charizard cry quiet and barely audible, but there, shrugging it off, I decided to just hit the new game like I would have done after checking the older file anyway. The screen cut to black for a while. No proof work, no staring at the film, just nothing at all. Eventually the screen came back, showing a bedroom, two beds, two TVs, and a computer. In the corner, my train sprite was usual one consistent. With the original Ray version, I was curious to why it didn't ask my name. But that was answered as I opened the pause menu, noticing my trainer was named Steven. No, this isn't my real name, or some stupid crap like that. This game isn't self-aware or haunted, at least not that I know. outfit. It just had a name chosen already. Curious, I saw he had a certain amount of money, no badges. He didn't look like Red Fro. His hair was longer, almost reaching halfway down his neck. Red's usual smile replaced with a confident smirk. Honestly, I found this sprite much cooler than Red. Next, I checked out his Pokemon, a single Charmander, level 5, named Mickey. Nothing was odd about that, or should I say her with the name and all. She had beginning Charmander stats, ordinary scratch and tail whip. Basic stuff. The downstairs another trainer who spoke to me way since I came down. Mike. Ready yet? Steven. Yeah. I assumed this Mike was my rival. Pretty decided for me. A replacement of Blue. Most likely I thought. Black to the bedroom. Having two beds. Realizing we weren't just rivals. We were brothers. We talked back and forth. Basic Pokemon dialogues. Became a Pokemaster, catch 'em all, stuff like that. Before having a little argument over which is better, Charmander or Squirtle, which, of course, led to the introduction battle like one versus blue. In the lab, simple enough, scratch, tackle till I won poorly for having my first turn. I took note of how much better Steven's sprite looked in combat than Red's. A different pose. His hair looked like it was blowing in the wind. A brief minor upgrade, but still much nicer. I left the house after some more banter with my brother, stepping out of the pallet town theme. Going to the east, I found this was indeed Pallet Town. My house was simply on the outskirts. To the west, I noted there was no mysterious grassy field like in normal Pallet Town. Wandering about, I decided to check in on Red's home. His mother was inside, and then uh, I talked to her. She commented on how handsome Steven looked, hoping her son would look up to him as a role model for when he became a trainer himself next year, which of course led me to realize this game took place a year before the original Pokemon. Red was even upstairs, playing with SNES in his room, commenting I'm gonna be the best too when it's my turn. I was staring to like this hack. It was interesting, a completely new adventure, a different character. Hell, Steve even seemed to have a history with the people in his town, a reputation, a personality, a beyond a silent protagonist. But people in town talked to him as a person, making conversation, not just spouting tutorial crap. Even Blue's sister had a new dialogue. They seemed to be in a relationship too, as the dialogue ended with a kiss and a heart over her dead head. Proof. Oak simply wished me well, giving me a Pokédex to aid my adventure. He wasn't giving it to me to be the reason behind my adventure like every other Pokemon game out there. He gave it to me out of kindness, something to help me on my way. A gift I was liking this more and more with each second. The game seemed to have an actual story now. I was somebody, not just a cookie cutter protagonist. Anyone could be a not some blank sheet that could be replaced with a notice. My story was different. Through the actual gameplay remained unchanged, I went north like I was supposed to. Went from town to town, collected badges, received the prizes until little Steven's fame even seemed to spread, as some NPCs would talk like they knew him. I used Mickey for every battle, and she was growing surprisingly fast. She handled Brack with ease, even pounded Misty with no trouble at all. She wasn't adversely affected by super effective attacks as others, did more damage than a regular Charmander. She was a veritable powerhouse. She even became a child at the mere level of 25. Not bad, all I must say. Brinks things started to get weird. But as soon as I reached Lavender Town, I know, Lavender Town is the focus behind every creep story, and but it was the only place that was noticeably different. There was no Team Rocket invasion, which I found odd. Thought I did remember this was a year in the past, so this invasion won't occur until its time. I tried to enter Pokemon Tower, aiming to get a Ghastly, but that's when it got odd. Sadly, I gotta stop because my jaw hurts for some reasons, and I'll finish this story later. If this gets kind of popular and get some views, and I'll read some other stories, other creepypastas. I'll see you later.